doing, guys? Back with a fresh final review, and we're doing our first review of 2017 with the brand new X Plus 25cm Toho Large Monster Series Shin Godzilla. Bam! And I am excited to talk about this figure. What a way to start off 2017 with this figure. Because it is, I'm telling you right now, I love it. It is certified fresh right off the bat. And it is a massive figure, 25cm scale. It is just awesome. Take a look at it and just see for yourself. For the collectors that out there that already have a Shin Godzilla by X Plus, you know what I'm talking about, okay? The figure is beautiful. Standing, it's probably about 28 centimeters tall, which is in scale for the 25cm line, because this is the tallest Godzilla ever, right? Right, okay? And the figure's beautiful. It's big. He's got a big tail. I've heard some constructive criticism that maybe the tail is not as long, but I think the tail looks pretty good. I think the tail looks great, you know. And I was a little skeptical about how they're gonna get this figure balanced and everything, and everything's great about the figure. The tail goes on nice and easy. You just do squishy soft, heat up the butt, plop the tail on, good to go. Tail creeps up and tips off and everything. It looks really, really well done. Figure itself, it is just gorgeous. Now, whether you're a fan of Shin Godzilla or not, you have to, I don't know. I mean, you can't deny that this is a great looking figure of Shin Godzilla. Yes, Shin Godzilla is ugly. He's grotesque. He is deformed. He is just, you know, so you love him, you hate him. A lot of people have opinions on him. That's great because it's got us all talking about Godzilla, you know, just like 2014 did. Just like no, forget it. No, there was another story. Woohoo! Okay, so the figure's beautiful. He's all charred up, volcanic looking, nuclear fission going all over the body, just like we saw in the movie. I think X Plus did a phenomenal job of capturing what Godzilla looked like in the film, okay? Now, we can't say this is suit accurate because there was no suit. So it is, I'm just going to say the term screen accurate because that's what we saw on screen, even though it was CGI. And again, no complaints from me about the CGI. Yeah, I enjoyed the film, so it's why I love the figure, because it's just awesome. The dorsal plates look great. The back, look at the back of the dorsal plates and his back. You know, there's those vents there that look like they're nuclear fission emitting vents. So that is captured really good. The skin is just grotesque looking. He rolls and lava-like, you know, membrane and charred skin. It's beautiful. Yes? Look at the face. The face is just, you just want to kiss him. Teeth look great. He's got like 2-3 rows of teeth there and everything. And those all came out nice, individually sculpted. The eyes, the beady eyes are captured perfectly, looking down. You know, this figure just kind of has that lifeless look that Godzilla had in the movie, okay? So the bony arms, bony arms, from everything on the figure. I love it. The toes, he's got all these extra toenails popping all over the place. Do we have the ones on top of the head? No, they're there, but they're not painted in the highlights. So, but it's just beautiful. I love this figure. I really think they knocked it out of the park. It's hard to tell even on the pictures. You'd have to see it in person, but you know, there's a lot of highlighted areas where the red is, you know, where Godzilla was had fission emitting through his body. You know, throughout the chest area, the legs, the arms, it is there. You could really see it really well on the tail, up and down the tail. You know, that is really put there. What's the word I'm thinking for? That is really demonstrated. Help me out here. What's the word? It is. It's there. Let's look at the tail, the tip of the tail. One of the most interesting concepts of this Godzilla design is the tip of the tail. Because it is just gross. It looks like chewed bubble gum. It looks like a Tootsie Pop. I said this in my SH Monster Arts review. Looks like you suck it on a Tootsie Pop, you get to the bottom, and you got the gum thing and the stick, and you just chew the crap out of it. Disgusting. That looks really, really nice. Love it. Gross. He's got all those membranes and bones and skeletons and that mouth-looking thing in there, so that looks really good. I love the figure. I have no complaints about the figure at all. Yeah, there are some visible seams along the thighs and along the shoulders and the arms and around the neck. Even though this is the standard version, this neck is glued into place because it is the same mold, which we're going to get into shortly with the RIC. But even though it is a standard, there is a seam there for the head right around the base of the neck, because on the RIC, I didn't even notice until I got the RIC, okay? So there's some seams. Not a big deal to me. I love it. The dorsal plates, everything I love. It is just disturbing looking. Okay, let's just bring up the RIC, because everything I want to talk about now. Okay, now, comparing the standard and the RIC. So, which one did you get? Did you get standard? Did you get RIC? Did you get both? What swayed you to get which one or the other? Why did I get two of them? Because the standard was a definite. I was like, I'm definitely getting the standard. I need a basic form version of Shin Godzilla from the film. So this was a definite. So the RIC, for me, I was like, I could go either way. I'm like, and I got it because I was afraid if it was really, really awesome, then I was going to be missing out on something. So I ended up getting both, and the RIC sports the purple highlights along the tail. The dorsal plates are sporting the purple highlights there and everything, and these are actually translucent, and I think they're the same on... No, they're not as translucent on the standard as they are on the RIC. If you hold it up to a light, you can see through them, those dorsal plates, so that does look good. The biggest thing is his mouth. His mouth is roaring open, split bottom jaw, painted as if he was just, as if he was emitting his atomic laser beam, atomic breath, whichever you want to call it. So that looks really, really stunning. Another nice feature that X Plus did is they they painted the eyes to look exactly like we saw in the film. Godzilla put this protective shield over his eyes. I don't know what the technical term is. I know some of you guys out there know it, so just leave it in the comment section. But, so that attention to detail is really, really nice. Something else I didn't know about the figure was that it was going to come with a standard head, too. This head is exactly the same as the standard head, except you could put this on the RIC, and he's just got the purple dorsal plates and the highlights along the neck, okay? So when you get your RIC out of the box, he's already got this head on. You have to heat up this section over here, get it all squishy soft, pull off this head, and install the roaring head, and voila, okay? Even the tip of the tail on the RIC, it's painted with translucent light purple highlights. So again, that's where Godzilla shot a laser beam out of his tail. So it really looks really, really good. Now, the thing is, I'm leaning a little bit more towards the standard, right? It's like, all right, which one do I like better? And they're both awesome. Don't get me wrong. It's just this one, the standard, captures that menacing, lifeless look, like I said before, of Shin Godzilla, like we saw throughout most of the film. This one is a very more dynamic figure. He's roaring. It just, look at the difference between them. They both are two different, very, very different figures. Even though the sculpts are nearly identical, with the exception of the heads, they feel so different from one another. So that's why I went both of them. And I love them both. If you guys out there that got the RIC and wish you got the standard, or you got the standard and you wish you got the RIC, or you want both or whatever, do it now at the time of this recording, January 7th, 2017. Don't waste your time, because I think these are two great figures. I love them. They're both certified fresh. All right, so if you're going to get it, how much? So this, I think, cost me $169, and this, for me, was $179. So a $10 difference. That's the price that I was quoted at, what I paid. So really wasn't that, that it was an easy decision at the end of the day. Of course, I didn't know what the total price was until I paid for them. But, you got the RIC, had to get ordered from the RIC site, like everybody knows, the standard. You could have got it from Hobby Search, Ami, Big Bad Toy Store. Flozzy's Gifts is getting, I know, both standards and RIC, so you might want to check Flozzy's Gifts out. Okay, so there was numerous, Hobby Link Japan, last I checked, still had standards. Last I checked at the time of this recording, so don't hold me to that if you're watching this at a later date. Okay, so awesome figures. X Plus knocked it out of the park for the first big release of 2017. I love the figure. If you're going to put them on your shelves, you're going to want to have deep shelves. I have deep shelves, so I don't have any issues with the tails, because the Shin Godzilla is going over here, and the RIC is going, right behind me, actually. So when you won't see him in view when he's on the shelf. Anyway, so the box. Let's take a quick look at the box. So what I really like about this box, again, it's something different. You got black background with Godzilla. He's kind of silhouetted there. And the RIC and the standard are the same box with the exception of the RIC having the RIC sticker on it. Bam. Okay, that's it. And I already cut my boxes up and kept the covers. Everything else is gone because I don't have room for that in here because it's just nay. Okay? That's really all I have. I love the figure. It's great. I love this. I'm fumbling. I love the movie. Okay? So we're starting off 2017 on a freaking awesome positive note. I know my last review prior to this one, I was a little, bitter just about some things, but I want to stay positive and have fun with this hobby because that's what it's about. It's about having fun, okay? And these guys are fun. So, hit me up in the comments. Which one did you guys get? Which one did you get? Do you like it? Do you want to get the other one? Do this, that, the other thing? Okay? And I will see you on my next Fresh Vinyl review. And remember, people, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. Bam!